Hey, I'm Circle Strafe, and in this video we're going to go over the story of one of history's most amazing and fairly overlooked people, Blas De Lezo. De Lezo was born in 1689 in Pasaya, Spain. He died in 1741 at the grand old age of 52. He was a Spanish naval officer from Basque Country, and he fought in numerous wars and battles. The uniqueness of this man is characterized in his two prominent nicknames, Captain Pegleg and Halfman. The nicknames are associated with the results of his antics, which we're going to go over now. De Lezo was first enlisted in the Navy as a midshipman in 1701. He was 12 at the time. The start of his career was mostly filled with countless bloody battles and death. This is because he was first active during the War of Spanish Succession. In this time, he fought the English and the Dutch as part of the Franco-Spanish fleet. In 1704, during the Battle of Malaga, a cannonball struck his left leg and he had to have it amputated on the spot. He was promoted to ensign after the battle, and then again to lieutenant after participating in another couple of battles. In 1707, De Lezo fought with the Spanish Navy alongside the French and Savoy forces. The battle was against a combined British, Austrian and Dutch force, and was a defence of the French naval base at Toulon. The Franco-Spanish side eventually won out the day, but De Lezo lost his left eye in the process. In 1713, at the age of 23, De Lezo was promoted to the rank of captain. A year later in 1714, he participated in the siege of Barcelona. During the battle, his right arm was blown off by a grape shot. This is where De Lezo's military career really starts to kick off. By the end of the Spanish War of Succession, De Lezo had once again been promoted, this time to General of the South Seas Fleet. He was posted to the Americas, where he was highly effective at holding off British and Dutch ships on the Pacific shoreline. He actually captured 12 ships in the process. Next, De Lezo besieged the city of Genoa as chief of the Mediterranean fleet. The Bank of San Jose was refusing to pay millions of pesos owed to Spain. After successfully retrieving the money, he forced the whole city to salute the Spanish flag. De Lezo deemed their defiance to be an affront to Spanish honour. In 1732, Blas De Lezo, who remember only had one eye, one leg and one arm, commanded 54 ships and 30,000 Ottoman Empire soldiers to recapture the city of Oran in northern Algeria. After this, he carried out a blockade to stop the Algerians receiving supplies from Turkey. De Lezo's lasting legacy probably comes with his next and final battle. 2 years after his campaigns in Algeria, King Philip V made De Lezo General Lieutenant of the entire Spanish Navy. On the day he was promoted to his new rank, he returned to the Americas and stationed himself at Cartagena. Cartagena is a city in what is modern-day Colombia. At this time, the British Navy General Edward Vernon was moving from port to port in the Caribbean and probing Spanish defences for weaknesses. Sometimes he'd return and tear down Spanish fortifications. The British considered Cartagena a prime target because of its gold shipping port. General Vernon showed up a number of times to test Cartagena's strengths and defences in brief skirmishes. He then attacked fully in 1741. General Vernon brought to bear nearly 200 ships and 20,000 men, consisting of soldiers, slaves and sailors. De Lezo's fortress consisted of around 3,000 to 6,000 men and strong fortifications. Vernon was so confident of an overpowering British victory, he actually minted coins for his crew, depicting a one-legged Spanish man kneeling before him and offering him his sword. De Lezo first fought off the attack in hit-and-run manoeuvres. He sailed any captured ships into the only deep draft channel available for Cartagena. Once there, he purposefully scuttled them. The scuttled ships greatly delayed any oncoming British forces, slowing the overall advance on Spanish fortifications. De Lezo knew that a full attack would not occur until Cartagena's fortifications were destroyed, so he held that off for as long as possible. However, with only a few ships to spare, he couldn't hold out on this tactic forever. Eventually the British did arrive in force, and they fought to bring down Cartagena's troops and defences. De Lezo personally led his men into battle. His men fought night and day, utilising the fortress's advantages to their full. Eventually, the Colombian rainy season kicked in, and the dead bodies, mosquitoes, and climate started to affect the British troops. Dysentery became rife, and the British were forced to retreat. They were unable to bring De Lezo down, withdrawing to Jamaica with a tenth of their original number. After a life of adventure and amazing feats, De Lezo died in Cartagena 4 months later. He was supposedly killed by typhus, received from a bullet that hit his remaining arm. That's it, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, why not check out some of my other content? Stay up to date with the channel on Facebook and Twitter. Consider checking out my Patreon page for extra content and other perks. I'll see you in the next video. Toodles!